Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to the ranch. It's Sunday, and as I said, got a couple things to do on the ranch truck. And while we're at it, I want to introduce you to my 2000 Chevy Blazer LT. Now, this truck's got approximately 158,000 and some odd miles on it. Original trans, original engine. It's been a good truck to me. And overall, it's in decent condition. It's showing wear and tear for the age, the normal stuff. I never really had to replace a lot of stuff on it. The only thing that really failed was usual, stuff that wears out, like the water pump that went at like 120,000 miles. Then your regular maintenance, like brakes, rotors, pads, stuff like that. But then, because we've got motor vehicle inspection over here, and they can be quite a pain in the ass, to put it, in nice terms. They require a lot out of a vehicle, and basically they just hate old vehicles over here. Basically anything over 4 years they don't like. Why? Because the cars are dirty. It makes them dirty when they look at it, and they just don't like that. So they'll nitpick at stuff. For example, I had a little bit of rust on the back, where the dust shields are back here. Wasn't too bad. Of course, it started getting brittle, but they still serve their function. But of course, not good enough for them here. Had to replace it. In order to replace that, you have to take half the axle apart. So that's always nice and costly. Another thing that they like to do, there was a small piece of rust down here in the inner fender well. It wasn't really bad at all. You could have still driven with it at least 2 to 3 years till it would have rusted through, and we're talking about a spot smaller than a penny. And well, what did they do? They just took a screwdriver and a hammer and banged through until they fell through. You could see on the edges of the metal the way it bent up, the way the metal was still nice and shiny. And they're like, "Oh, you gotta fix that." Okay, so we fixed that. Then the coolant return lines for the oils, they notoriously leak on these cars. It always just drops a little bit. You don't really notice it even when you change the oil. Like, it's not noticeable the amount that you lose. But I had to replace those, and guess what? It lasted 3 months with the new lines, and they leaked again. So it's just a lot of harassment over here when it comes to changing parts. And otherwise, I really only had simple stuff, the usual sicknesses that they have. Like I had to do wheel bearings in front. Had a little bad luck with those. They were cheap wheel bearings, and they broke again after, well, the ABS part broke after barely a year. So now I got Timken on those. I got a video on another channel. Not sure, I might upload it to this channel, or I'll just put a link in. You see me replacing those on both sides, including the rotors and pads. What I also did is change out the leaf springs, the shocks, the lower control arms, upper control arms. I just basically did the whole suspension underneath, because it was getting quite tired, worn out, because I've moved with this truck about 4 times already. And as it always is when you move, you kind of overload usually the vehicle. So it always kind of takes a beating, but it always performs like a champ. The V6 engine. I love this truck. I wish Chevy would bring back a truck again like this. But the next truck is going to be something bigger when or if I ever get around to it. But I'm definitely keeping this truck till it totally falls apart. You got the typical 2000s Chevy interior, everything's plastic. Here's hard plastic, everything squeaks and rattles when you drive around, everything shakes. But what can I say? I love this truck. I had good memories with it. I brought it back from the US with me. Now, I didn't buy it new, I bought it used with 100,000 miles on it. And as I said, it's got 158 something thousand on. Not a lot for US terms, but it's a lot for over here. Most people don't keep a a car that long, nor do they keep it for such a relatively high age, you know, 17 years now. But I love it. But anyway, here's the issue that I have. You turn on the lights, you see the corner lights out. As I explained yesterday, these in the US, these are actually orange here, and they're a part of the turn signal, and you're not allowed to have that over here, so I had to rewire so that they are only corner lights, white ones. But there's something's loose in here. There's a loose connection, because depending how you bang on it, it'll come on again. And back here's the same deal. You see that light's out, this one here, but I noticed before that when I moved it, the light comes back on. When I pushed it back, it came off again. So I'm guessing it's just a loose connection. I'm gonna pull that out and we're gonna have a look at it. I gotta go get some tools. We'll pop the hood and have a look, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, welcome back. It's this light over here. Thankfully it's a early 2000s truck. It's very easy to get out. You know, you just got these two tabs that you pull out, and all you got to do is kind of wiggle it out of its position here, and that's it. Headlamp is already out and accessible. Don't fall over, guys. Hang on. There you go. Now it's kind of tight here with the brush guard. Let's see if we can get it, wiggle it around a bit without having to loosen everything. Yeah, I think it's the connection issue is actually over here. There we go. And this thing is, let's quickly open it up. Let's have a look. See what we can find down here. I did this with this almost 10 years ago. I don't remember if I just put a crimp connector underneath. Feels like it. Doesn't feel like I soldered. Although, no, it's a crimp connector. I just put shrink wrap over it. But it's still definitely crimp connector. Probably uncrimped itself in the meantime. Now, it can be here, it can be further down here. Let's have a look. Let's turn on the lights. Let's see if anything happens if we wiggle this one. Yeah, it's definitely here. As you can see, I pushed it in, the wire. Let's see if I can hang you guys on here and see it. It's rather difficult, one-handed. Okay, hold on guys, don't fall over. If I push in the blue wire, it comes on. If I pull it out, see? So, I'd say I'm going to remove this crimp connection, and I'll just solder it together here, this one. We'll cut it here, solder in a new piece of wire, and we'll be good to go. I already got my soldering iron over here heating up. I got some wire and some other tools there. So, should be a short thing to do. Get you guys back up here. Now, with wire cutters, turn off the light first. Don't feel like getting a slight little jolt. Do not feel like doing that. Just snip it here, snip this one here. some matching blue wire. That's too fat. There we go. Got to be really careful with these old wires. I don't want to yank it out. Lord, I need new wire strippers. Yeah, these strippers suck. Let's try that again. Had these strippers as long as I had the truck. Somehow I think I should get new ones. Let's do it the old-fashioned way. Let's use these strippers. They're actually not meant for this, but I think if we're gentle enough, it should work. And if not, then we learned that it doesn't work. It's like one of the only things I can do on a Sunday here. By law, Sunday is a quiet day. It's like having an HOA, which forbids you to do anything loud on a Sunday, but it's countrywide, which sucks. Hey, this is going to be a good video. Failing to strip a wire. Good thing we're in Switzerland and we have Swiss Army knives. I know, someone's going to freak out for me doing it like that. But guess what? If you don't like it, buy me better strippers. There we go. That's simple. Now, let's get a decent piece of wire. See if we can manage to strip this one. Just 'cause of the... Yeah, see, that one worked much better. It's the old insulation, I think. This old plastic just doesn't want to strip with these not so optimal wire strippers. Now we need a piece of this shrink tube. Gently place it over. There we go. Now, this is what I really hate. Trying to solder on the truck while something is hanging here. I got this little helper here, but it's always a pain. It's one of those times where you wish you had a third hand. Get these nicely together. And no, I never learned really how to do it the correct way. I just do it however I think it's right. Now, another thing I should probably finally get is one of those butane or propane or whatever they're called, soldering irons, because I've been saying that for 10 years now. I still haven't gotten it. Because it's a pain running out with the wires, quite frankly. Let's see if it's hot enough, actually. Is it warm yet? It's been running for 5 minutes already, almost. Come on. Yeah, it's getting there. Let's see if it's enough. Yeah, not quite. Come on. Yeah, looks better. It's one of those soldering tips that doesn't want to work from one side. I should Google that. Why do soldering tips not solder always on the same side? There we go. And don't worry, it's lead free. I won't die. Although it doesn't say on here it's lead free. So maybe I will die, who knows. So we got that one on. Can move our shrink tube over. There we go. No, I don't use a heat gun. I just use a lighter. And guess what? It works. That's the beauty of, work hard, dream big. You also got to do what it takes, which means sometimes doing hillbilly redneck stuff. But I don't care. Just don't tell my mechanic. Oh, he's a good guy. I got a good mechanic. I'm lucky. He knows American cars. He really did good work on everything he did so far. Kudos to that guy. And he's really, he's one of those guys that understands that motto also. Work hard, dream big. He has no problem with me, for example. He knows that I work on my own car and truck, and he has no problem with it, I've had situations where I had to do stuff for the DMV inspection, and we actually, I brought him, I said, hey, look through it, what do you think we have to do? And then, we made a list together. And we went through the list, and we decided what he would do, what I would do. That's a rare trade these days. So, kudos to my man, my mechanic. If you ever need a good mechanic here in Zug, hit me up. I'll let you know who he is. He's a great guy. All right. Let's see, solder joint number 2. There we go. Yeah, I know. You're probably screaming at the monitor right now. That's in case you even care what I'm doing and haven't turned off already. That I should have checked first, see if it actually works. Well, let's have a check, shall we? Et voila! Ain't I a magician? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm gonna quickly put this back together again, and I'll see you on the back of the truck so we can figure out what's going on with that tail light. Alright guys, we're back. Let's see what's wrong with this bad boy. I can never remember how to take him out. Well, now the housing came apart. So it wasn't like that. I don't know if you can see it or not. Does this bulb look burnt to you guys? Can't really tell myself. Nothing's really moving. Let's see. Let's go turn on the light quickly. That's strange. Really strange. Well, see if we can do it the other way then. Lift. Ah, there we go. Good thing. There's Google. And you can actually Google how to take it out if you don't know after owning the truck for 10 years. Lift, tilt, pull down. Vice versa. Pull up, tilt in, push down. So we'll just see how it holds. And that's gonna be it for the work today on the truck. So the ranch truck's all good again. We got the ranch dog right here. Twinkie. Don't know how you came down here because I left you upstairs. But that's the way it is. And I'll catch you guys later. Hey guys, I'm back. You can see the moon there in the background. Let's see if we can zoom in on it. Ooh, kind of tricky doing it backwards. Focus, focus. No, it doesn't want to focus. Well, it's already evening here. Day's over. Was busy after working on the truck. Still had some more cleaning up and organizing to do. It's amazing how much junk you accumulate over the years. But I didn't figure I would take you guys along for that. Just boring, stacking boxes from one point to another and getting stuff organized. We did quickly walk to the festival. I'm not sure if I'm going to be putting a part of it in the video or not, but since this here is at the end, you know, you'll already have seen if I put it in or not. Work week starting tomorrow. I'm not quite sure yet how I'm going to do the videos. As I said before, in which rhythm I'm putting them out. Weekends seems to be the best for me. Still working, you know, a full-time job, as I said before. Kind of hard to get new content out during the week, or at least content that is interesting to you guys and not just me ranting and raving. But I'm gonna see if I'm gonna upload this video tonight or maybe tomorrow. Depends how I manage to edit it still tonight. And yeah, I just wanted to quickly wrap this up. I want to thank you guys for watching this video and supporting our channel. I kindly ask you to subscribe to our channel. If you like this content, please leave us a comment. Please give this video a thumbs up. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.